Okay, we're going to switch it up on you here on Technology Thursday. And so today we're going to dive deep into the topics of coding. And so we're going to do that through these wonderful platforms that help you provide your students with immersive coding experiences. And so there's Scratch Junior, Scratch, and CS First. And so my colleague, Emily Helton, will be showing you guys how to create digital stories through a digital storytelling webinar on Scratch. And also she's created a math maze activity for your students to engage in. And so throughout the day, you're gonna learn a lot about computer science. And maybe for some of you, the very first time you've considered using computer science in your elementary classes. Okay, so there are a couple of different orders in which you can take today's set of events. And so if you are a K2 educator, you're going to be more interested in some of the other platforms, whereas if you're more on the 3 to 5 end of things, you're going to have some other opportunities for you. And so what I'd like is for everyone to start by watching the Scratch Basics video. This is really the foundation of all pathways that you could take because they're all very similar, and this is kind of where it starts. And so if you're K2, after you watch Scratch Basics, watch the Scratch Junior video and maybe even get into the app if it's available to you to start playing around with the Scratch Junior programs. If you don't have an app where you can play with the Scratch Junior program to create, then you can move on to a CS First module or look at some of the other videos instead. And so if you're 3 to 5, you're going to watch Scratch Basics, and then you're going to also continue to watch the Scratch videos of digital storytelling, the math maze, and CS First. And then for your assignment, you're going to complete a Scratch program on Scratch. And so regardless of which path you take, everyone could do a Scratch program because all you have to do is log in on your computer to Scratch. Whereas to do a Scratch Junior program, you're going to need to have access to a tablet so that you can run the app. But if you do have that and you're in the K2 pathway, you're more than welcome to create your Scratch Junior program for submission. And so what am I looking for in the assignment for today? I'd like for you to have a description of how your code is supposed to work, a little personal reflection on what it was like as an instructor trying to create a code, and then also what you predict it would be like using these platforms with your students. So I'm looking for at least those 3 things in your journal. And if you could also, a 4th thing would be to link your program into the journal so that I can take a look at it. And then also, if you are not able to link it, you could just take some screenshots and put them in there for me. And so there's no requirement on including any particular science content. I just want you to get exposure to working with the coding platforms. So if you have any questions about those assignments, please feel free to email me. Again, my email address is jrevels@fairmontstate.edu.